Almost 15 years have passed since the last election was held in Yemen on the 27th of April. Yemenis continue to remember this date as the date which offered them democracy under the rule of the former late leader Ali Abdullah Saleh. This report has more details.
The 27th of April, as soon as this day falls every year, the Yemenis remember democracy, which gave them the right to elect and choose who represents them in the government, whether at the local, legislative, or presidential level. A day of difference and a major transformation in the modern history of Yemen through legislative, constitutional, and legal steps. However, Yemenis didn't expect these prohibitions in light of the front regimes that prevailed for many decades, by which the citizen is shackled, so he has no right except to hear and obey. President Ali Abdullah Saleh established the democratic system and free elections as a national option to build a new Yemen, a democracy that allowed the citizen to exercise his right to choose his representatives in the legislative, executive, and local authorities, and opened the way for all parties and activities to practice political work and run in the democratic cycles on the basis of competition. Between the first entitlement and the subsequent stations, the features of the great transformation were evident of what happened to democracy in Yemen. This important history of democracy, the political forces worked after the catastrophe of February 11 to exclude it from the dictionary of the Yemenis, which was for them a democratic outlet that ends of coup and monopoly on governance. After President Ali Abdullah Saleh handed over power to his successor, President Hadi, on February 2012, amid elections for a transitional period of 2 years, to embody the most wonderful images of democracy in the peaceful transfer of power for the first time in the history of Yemen. Unfortunately, however, it was the last stage of democracy that Yemen experienced, to be led down by the political forces that demanded the overthrow of the regime without having a national project to turn Yemen towards a depth that has not yet been established but has been stripped of democracy. Then came the Houthi coup in September 2014, which robbed Yemen of democracy and all means of life.